Salty Snaps asks, people say the road to success is lonely. Do you feel that's accurate? If not, why do you think it's a common sentiment?
You know, I think people use that statement because the truth is, I mean, first of all, it depends on how you define success. In the context of what this show is about, which is business success, obviously we talk about a lot of life stuff as well, but you know, when you're the CEO, when you're the founder, the conversation that's not being had, everybody sees all the nice things that come along, but like, you know, every single thing that happens in this company that's wrong is my fault. Every snarky comment on social, every kind of like sad face, every email bullet points that every Friday I get bullet points from tons of VaynerMedia employees, and 80% of them have a bullet that's like, Rick is stretched too thin and is crying in the bathroom. It's devastating. It's very tough to be at the top of something, even when it's going great. Vayner's going great. This is not even like, you know, Wall Street collapsed and we lost a lot of clients and we have to have layoffs. Like, this is like, we're rolling and we're the best and we're crushing, and there's always things to worry about because you know that there's no, oh, it's India's fault. Everybody here at some level, all the way up, can still say, it's Gary's fault. I can't. And when you say it's my fault, there's a really tough burden emotionally, forget about financially, that comes along with that. And so I think it can get very lonely. You do recognize, it's amazing to me, for as much of a communicator and extrovert as I am, how much I keep in my own mind, how much is going on in this noggin every day, calculating, strategizing, thinking, and there is no vacations. I desperately love national holidays, and like I can't wait for Christmas and Thanksgiving because everybody else is checked out, and that's the only time that I'm able to be off. I have my 40th birthday coming on Saturday. I'm going away with my family. This is an incredible moment in my life, and I will not be able to be 100% checked out because in those, you know, in that Friday and that Monday, the world is moving. This world is moving. My responsibilities are moving, and I'm always one phone call away from a fire that I have to address. It is a very intense, lonely place to be at the tippy top. And so when you think about, you know, I always think about like, is life fair, right? There's always things that happen, there's things that we can't control. But the notion of like, you know, somebody getting compensated a lot of money for things that do I think somebody making $20 million a year to be an athlete or an actress? We never talk about actresses and actors, right? We love to zing on athletes, but like actors make, like the big ones make like $15 million to make a movie. But still, at the end of the day, it's because they command the market, people want to pay attention, and there's an enormous amount of pressure. As I've lived my life and started spending some time with A-list celebrities, their life is, I mean, it's intense. Like, I really secretly think that I could be an A-list celebrity. That I literally could go on TV and be a breakout hit, like in a Mad Money kind of like, you know, not like Jennifer Lawrence, I just don't have the looks, but in a Mad Money kind of like Regis, kind of like Andy Cohen way. But man, real celebrity status is intense. You just have nowhere to go, and so there's that, or an athlete where like the physical shape that you have to, 10 hours a day of putting in that time. People look at the outcomes, they don't think about what's coming along with it, and the pressure. The pressure to know that if I get hit wrong, that my entire life collapses, especially an athlete, that's a short window. Or the pressures that we've said. Look, I don't think it's a coincidence that some of the greatest artists of all time pass away in their mid-20s because of the intensity. It's intense. It's intense. It's very lonely, and so it can be extremely lonely. Ironically, and you'll find this wild, I want random extra people in the room. I love being around people more than anything, but I'm also very comfortable in my own being one-on-one with myself. So I'm good, but I know that I'm emotionally stable as fuck, and it's intense for me. I can't imagine people that are not as fortunate as I am, pulling from both directions, ambition, but humility, do you know how content I am? Like, a lot of people watch this show and you hear I want to buy the Jets, and you misunderstand really where I'm at. Like, I want it all and I want to win the whole thing, but if I never win again, if I plateau at this level, there's an amazing amount of content in my body for all my hunger. And that balances me, but I couldn't imagine if that was tweaked just a little bit, if I really felt the pressure. because there's enough pressure from a day in and day out standpoint. It's intense. It's intense. I think people say it. I think much like stereotypes or statements, there's always so many truths to it. I think the reason so many people say the road is lonely, because to really be successful in the context of business especially, you've got to make 7,000 to 7,000 decisions that are critical, and you can only make them with yourself. And it's an intense moment on a daily basis.